story, I always ask 3 questions. Who are you? What do you have? And why should anybody care? Sotonye, who are you?
I am the no more excuses lady.
And what does that mean to the average person about no more excuses?
I'm the lady who not only shows others how to stop making excuses, but I'm a living testimony of somebody who has set goals, who has achieved them, and who has, won awards as a result of achieving those goals. So I don't just say, go out there and say no more excuses, be who you want to be, but I am also that person who I don't make excuses. If I want to achieve something, regardless of what anybody says, I go out, I make it happen, and then I show others how to do that.
Have you always been like that?
I have always been like that. From a young age, I've been focused, I've been driven. I've understood that if I want to be successful, I'm responsible for that. Not my mum, not my sister, not anybody else but myself. So I have always known from a young age that if I want success, I've got to work hard for it, because it's possible and it's going to be possible for me.
What about young people? Because I know you do a lot of work with schools and other organisations.
Yes.
And one of the things we hear them say is, I can't. Now, what does that mean to you when you hear them say that?
Yeah, and that's why I wrote the book No More Excuses, and my workshops are titled No More Excuses, because people will always say, I can't, it's not for me, I'm not good enough, it's not possible. That's what they will say, when really it is possible. Yes, it is for you, and all you need to do is just look within yourself. You need to identify where you currently are, where you want to get to, and how you can close that gap. So I'm very much about, don't just look at your problems, be a solution thinker. Find a solution, connect with the person you need to connect with, tap into the resources that are out there that will help you to not throw away your dreams, but that will help you to take the steps that you need to achieve those dreams.
The other question I want to ask you, but before I ask that question, it's so important to just go back on what you said.
Yes.
That dream. How badly does someone want that dream? Because, like you said, people will throw them away before they've even pursued it.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
let me just retract and just go back, and let's talk a little bit about the dream. When did you realise that this dream of being a speaker, an inspirational speaker as well, when did you realise that this was something that you were called to do?
It was about 4 years ago. When I graduated, that was 4 years ago, when I graduated from university, when I started this journey of just wanting to work with young people. Because leading up to that point, I wanted to be a barrister or solicitor. So wanting to kind of work with young people as a motivational speaker wasn't the journey. But when I then realised, okay, I actually don't want to continue in law, because it's not going to be the vehicle that I believe I need to use to inspire, I then started this new journey of, okay, looking into how can I inspire young people using my gifts and my talents. And I started to follow around different motivational speakers, one of them being Action Jackson, who's a phenomenal speaker. And I would watch and I would observe, and then I would get thrown in to do the workshop. They would say, next up we have Sotonye is going to deliver this part. And I would be like, no, I'm not. But obviously because I was there, I had to just get on with it. And I'm very fortunate that I was pushed into being a motivational speaker, because I would have procrastinated and I would have talked myself out of it, because it's not always easy to do public speaking. So it then allowed me to see the potential that I actually have. And that's why I say to people, the thing that you're fearing to do it, because then you'll really see the potential that lies inside of you. So it was then, 4 years ago, when I started following around other people and delivering workshops, that I realised this is what I want to do. I want to be a motivational speaker, world-renowned, going around the whole world and inspiring females, young people, individuals, entrepreneurs to never give up, to believe that they can, to develop the right mindset, the right attitude and the right belief system. That's what I wanted to do.
Tell me about some of the most remarkable changes that you've actually seen happen as a consequence of you showing up.
Okay, well, the remarkable change within myself is one of the ones that I will talk about, because when I released myself and tapped into my potential, that's when everything that I've done to date came forth. That's when I wrote the books, that's when I launched the businesses, that's when I started doing the workshops. So that was the first remarkable change in the journey that came about from me making a shift in my thinking. And then since then, I've had different testimonials from young people to adults who have read my book, people who have watched my YouTube videos. I was at an event the other day, and a young lady came up to me and she started crying, saying that I almost gave up when I was at university, but after I watched your video, I stayed, I did my exams, and I got a good grade, you know. And she was just so emotional about it that it made me realise that even though I might not see the complete value in what I do, it's a need that other people value. So even for that reason, I cannot stop. I actually don't have a choice in whether I should continue or not, because other people need what I've been blessed with. And just from the testimonials I get from the videos, the testimonials after I finish speaking, people come up to me and saying that you've changed the way that I think. Because of what you've said, I'm now going to go on to do this. Other people have told me that they've gone to set up businesses, you know, through attending some of my workshops. So, you know, just the fact that somebody can move from A to B is remarkable, because I'm not a miracle worker. I just want to equip people with the tools so that they can perform the miracles in their own lives. So if somebody can simply say something that you said resonated with me, that has now caused me to think differently or to act differently, then that's remarkable within itself.
I hear that and I receive that. There's nothing more fulfilling when you receive that confirmation, because you know we've all got gifts and we've all got talents.
Yeah.
Not necessarily using them, but when we can have someone acknowledge that their lives have been changed and transformed because we've shown up, being authentic, expressing ourselves as who we are, and their lives are changing because of that. There's nothing more pleasing. Sotonye. Sotonye. What is that thing that you have that nobody else has?
I cannot say that I have something that nobody else has, because I don't know everybody. I don't know what God has given everybody. But what I do have is the ability to never give up. That's what makes me who I am today. That's what makes my workshops so powerful. That's what makes my products so meaningful, because I have chosen to never give up. I have chosen to never allow excuses to become my reality. I've never allowed other people's opinions to stop me from being and doing what I want to do. So my own ability to be accountable to myself and to be disciplined is what makes me stand out and what makes me a remarkable young lady today.
Certainly are that. The other question I want to ask you, and this is a crucial question when we all examine ourselves. And the question is, why should anyone care about what you bring to the world?
Why should anyone care? Is because my gift is actually for them. My gift is not for myself. It's for everybody else. It's to inspire others, it's to motivate others, it's to push others beyond their boundaries, it's to help others to identify who they are, it's to help others to learn to be accountable. If they say they're going to do something, they go and do it. So people should care, because if they care enough about what I'm saying, then it actually will add value to their lives, and it will help them to live the lives that they truly desire and become the people that they want to become.